Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Eastcoasters podcast with me and Katie Hart. In today's episode, you guys, we're going to talk about how Katie's literally leaving us next week. Sad. Insert sad noise. And we're also... But we are so excited for her because Miss Girl is officially getting married. Her and Mr. Zach are getting married, and this is going to be such a fun adventure for them. I'm so excited to see all her behind-the-scenes vlogs and all the things. So make sure you guys are following Katie on all the other socials to see all behind the scenes of her what would it be, like a classified wedding getaway, honeymoon?
Yeah. Wedding, honeymoon, non-traditional ceremony vows, I don't know.
Her everything. Oh my god, the wedding hurrah of Katie Hart and Zach. I don't know Zach's last name.
You don't?
No, I don't know anything besides you, Katie.
Okay.
All I know. And June. I know June, Jess, Katie. I actually, respectfully to your parents, I don't even think I know your dad's first name.
Oh, George.
George. You know what? I did know that, but it was not in the forefront of my mind like June. Like, I know June, but, like, I did not know George. That's so funny. Yes, you can tell where I'm at in life. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about what the heck's happening with the pod, because technically, but not technically, you guys are missing a week of, like, us every single week being together and talking about everything. So we're pre-recording the video that you guys are going to see next week while Katie's in Korea. So we're going to film that also tonight. And trying to think of what else we literally just said before we started recording what we were going to say.
Wedding dress update, Sex Fest update.
Yep.
And what you're gonna do while I'm away, too.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do while Katie's away, because what am I gonna do without her calling her? And I'm gonna not blow up your phone while you're obviously there, because I text Katie all the time about those stuff. So I'm gonna be like, oh my god, like, let her, like, be, and, like, let her go have fun with her husband. So Katie's making her wedding dress and Zach's vest. And you started with the vest. I saw the videos.
Yeah, so that was Zach's idea, which I liked, because he said, you know what, start with the vest, because then will be good practice, because I'm not, like, a seamstress. I don't really sew very often. I've sewed one outfit by myself. Every other time it's always been, like, with my mom or with my sister, so we did his vest as practice. And actually, like, it's pretty much almost done. I just need to, like, iron on the interfacing of the collar and then hem all the edges, and then it should be done, and then I can start on my dress. But part of me kind of wants to wait to start my dress, because my sister Kelly should be coming down this weekend. And Kelly's so good at sewing. She has her own, like, scrunchie business and stuff. But also, like, growing up, whenever I wanted a Halloween costume, she would help me, like, sew it. And, like, she's, like, the type of person, she can look at something and she's like, oh, I know exactly how to sew it. Like, you know, she thinks in that way. So
that's so cool. Yeah, no, that's a good idea to wait. Especially because you guys are, like, packed already, too, right?
Not really. We need to pack.
Oh, okay.
We kind of did, like, unofficial packing where, like, whenever we clean the house and, like, see something, we're like, oh, that'd be nice to have when we travel. Like, we've been putting it in our suitcase.
Gotcha.
So our suitcase is packed of useless things. We still need to sort everything. I need to find my power converter so I can actually, like, charge my stuff over there.
Oh, is it different? It's different to charge things over there?
Yeah, they have different outlets. Like, you know, like when you go to Europe, they have their own outlets. Asia has
No, I did not know that.
Oh, really?
I've never been out of the country.
When you travel. When you travel, you have to get a power converter. So I had one from last year, but it's been, like, a whole year, so I literally have no idea where it is. I may end up having to, like, buy one, but they're, like, $50. But yeah, they have completely different outlets. So, like, you know how we have, like, the 3-prong outlets?
Yeah.
In Japan, they just have, like, the 2, where it's just, like, it literally just looks like 2 little dots, and that's how they plug it in. And then Korea, they have a different one as well. But it's all different voltages. So the converter, you know, lets you plug your stuff into their plugs. Their plug's a different shape. But then it also converts the voltage to the voltage that works on our US devices. Because our devices, completely different voltage.
I had no idea. I'm so stupid and so dumb when it comes down to stuff like that. Like, I have I have no idea about anything like that. I feel like everyone that's watching is gonna be like, duh. Like, I had no idea. That's so cool.
Yeah, no, you're not. Like, it is something like people don't think of. You're not gonna be like when you travel. You're like, oh, what's the best photo spot? You don't really think of like, but
like, yeah. I gotta find my power converter. I'm like, what? Your Power Ranger? What are you talking about? That's so funny. I love that though. Well, hopefully you don't have to buy another one. Hopefully you could just get, yours and find it.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers because they are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Because like they never just sell it per country. You have to like buy the base and then all the different outlets that like clip in.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Gotcha. Wow. Oh. Also, if you guys see me fidgeting, not with my bangs, I actually pinned my hair back today. I hope you all like it. I just figured I want my hair like on my face, but my like headphones are like annoying me. I have like this like little thing. It's so random. My little ADHD moment right now. If you guys see me playing with this, it's like annoying me. Hopefully my microphone still sounds okay, even though I'm like playing with the cord. But here we are. So
it's like knotted up or something.
Well, one, it's knotted because it's me, and like my life is always knotted or crazy or chaos. Nothing is ever smoother, right? But like the little thing that's supposed to clip it to where it stays a triangle.
Oh yeah.
That part, it's like closed and it like won't open, but like it's not at the same time. And I'm like, oh yeah, like let me just stick this. Oh, I got it. Oh, look at me. I wanted that like together because it was like, I don't know. I just felt like it was like really awkward and really weird. So I was just mentioning with that. I still have my microphone, you guys. I never set up, and I can't figure out how to get it to work with my computer. I bought a nice mic, and I literally can't figure it out. Whatever. But maybe that's one of the things while Katie's away I'm gonna try to work on, because I do want to film YouTube videos. While Katie's away, that is something my plan is to actually like post maybe a few or like do a few and see how they do of all different types, because huge announcement, we are officially fully monetized on YouTube.
It's so exciting because our old videos too, they're like actually earning money and stuff.
I know. So far we got $1.75. I'm screaming. I'm so happy. I literally got the email from YouTube on Sunday. I was sitting at my sister's house. We were eating dinner. And normally, no phones at the dinner table, but whatever. So my phone was in my lap and it like buzzed, and I turned around and it was an email, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was just like, wait, why am I getting, what email is this, like randomly? And it was like, it wasn't even like a specific time either. It was like, I got notified, it was like 3:30 something on like a Sunday. And normally I feel like emails go out Sunday morning or Sunday night, like for like companies. So I was like, why am I getting an email this time of day? And I turned it around and it was YouTube, and it was like, start and stream ads now. And it was like turn on this button to something, and I was like, what's this? So I open it up, I go into my YouTube Studio app, because when you're a creator, you have like YouTube and then you have YouTube Studio, but YouTube Studio is how you upload videos, and then you can also see like all your like analytics and all the things, and then there's a little money icon, which is your revenue. And whenever I've clicked on it in the past 10 years, I've been doing YouTube. When I clicked on it and I scrolled all the way down, you can see how much you need to still get monetized. So like your hours watched, followers, video count, all of that. And for months since October, since I started YouTube again, and then we got the podcast, so I've been watching that hour slowly go up. But the last time I checked it, which was like 1.5 weeks ago, it was like I still needed like 212 hours left. Mm-hmm. So then I posted a medical video that did well and was still doing well. And then Katie posted the podcast. And then I guess it just, boom, like it just like powered it. And I guess whatever video it was, a lot of people watched it all the way through, because our, if you guys don't know, the average watch time for our podcast out of an hour is 15 minutes. So if we're not talking about something interesting in the first 15 minutes, I assume people click off, which is fine. But try to watch it all the way through. And a lot of people do, but the average watch time comes down to 15 minutes. So YouTube recommends me to make 15-minute videos because of that reason. Anyway, when you need a certain amount of hours, you want to make hour-long videos because you feel like it's going to be quicker, you know what I mean? More views, and you feel like if they watched a full hour, those numbers are going to jump. So that's why it's taken so long, but at the same time, like, the podcast just, like, boosted it, and it, like, finally got us over that amount, and I almost cried at the dinner table, and I was like, this is so amazing, and I was like, oh my god. Of course, my family's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my god, like, I can't celebrate with y'all. Like, y'all don't know nothing. Shout out to my family, but they were like, oh, that's good, Jay. They have no idea how long that's actually taken, how much work's been put into it. But I texted Katie first before I told anybody, and just want to obviously give Katie a special shout out during the podcast. If it wasn't for Katie editing these podcasts, doing the podcast with me, allowing them on my YouTube channel, you know, we wouldn't have gotten to this point. I wouldn't have gotten fully monetized now because it just would have never happened. So I just want to say publicly and to everybody, thank you to Katie. Shout out to Katie. Make sure you guys follow Katie. And all credit due to her because she really puts in a lot of time and she doesn't need to do that for me. So I just appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
I was
welcome.
not expecting that. Thank you.
You deserve a spotlight, Katie. You do. You deserve all the spotlights.
You did a lot though too. Like Jaycee, to even let this on her podcast, on her channel too. Like, because if we tried to do this on a whole other channel, it would have taken forever to get monetized.
Oh yeah.
You already put in so much work,
and
then like I think like our podcast in total only had like 400 views. 400 hours.
Yeah.
If you actually put all our episodes together.
That's true.
So more than half of it was just from you and your people, you know?
Yeah. And it's still you. You pushed it. You pushed over that bump, trust me. That 400 hours, though, is still a lot of hours.
Yeah. Well, nine episodes.
Yeah.
Our average... Oh, Zach. Oh, my God. It's the stupid Segway people. They come like every single day about the solar lights, being like, hey, do you want solar lights?
I have a friend that does solar, and I tell him he's so annoying because like, no one likes him. Like,
they're the worst.
They're the worst. They're the worst people in the world.
Because they come during podcast hours. No, but for real, they always come at like 5:30. They're so nice, so they make you want to talk to them for like an hour. So then it's like, oh my god, I just wasted a whole hour of my life. And then also it's always the same thing, and I always say I'm not interested in it, but every single week they're like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I still don't want it.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah. God, I needed like a non-soliciting sign. Have you seen those non-soliciting signs where it's like, if you knock on my door, then you're agreeing for me to charge you $10 a second? Like, have you seen those?
No.
Yeah, and they're actually like legally binding. It's like, I don't know if it's like every state, but if you have like a sign like that, and they're like, well, if you ring the doorbell, you are agreeing to this. That's like what the sign says. So a lot of people will then just like walk away and they won't bother you.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Some people still do it, and then I don't know. I've never seen a video where people actually like try to get the money, but
what are you eating or drinking? Like what is
Berry Bliss chia seeds.
Oh, that I was like, what
snack.
is that?
You know, I posted a photo of this, and somebody was like, "Why are you eating baby food, Katie?" I'm like, "This is not baby.
That's not baby food. I don't think chia seeds would do good in a baby's stomach. Girl.
No, it's good though. It has prebiotic fiber, omega-3, and just like it's a mixed berry flavor, all organic. Yeah, I don't think a baby could have it. It does have carrots in it though, blended carrots. That seems like baby food actually, but no, I don't think a baby could do chia seeds.
The one time I had like an immense amount of chia seeds, my stomach hurt so bad the next day. Oh my god, chia seeds are not easy to digest, y'all. Don't eat them if you have digestive problems.
Yeah, and like some people, they literally can't process the seed, so the chia seeds will get stuck in their intestines and start growing. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I want to be shocked if that's something that would happen to me, to be honest. Thank God I have an ostomy bag. Dude, imagine a plant coming down my ostomy. That'd be crazy.
Oh, have you seen the thing where chia seeds were growing out of people's showers because of Lush? So Lush has this like beauty bar.
Yeah.
And it had like chia seeds in it for like exfoliating. But they're real chia seeds, and or Lush is like all organic.
Organic, yeah.
So people are like washing, and then like chia seeds just start growing out of people's drains, ruining their drain system. So they stopped selling it like once they realized. But
now, who would have thought to put chia seeds in dang soap bar for your god body? Like what? What? That's crazy.
Chia seeds were like trending, so maybe they're like, oh, if I add this to a soap bar, it'd be higher in like the Google, like when you search for things.
Remember the chia?
Oh, yeah. I always wanted like the Scooby-Doo one. You saw like you would do his hair and stuff, and it would grow.
I wanted the Bob Ross one. Ew, they were so nasty because we did have one, and I remember touching it. And I was like, ow, because it's all slimy. Like chia seeds get all slimy when they're wet. And I remember like coating like the head. I think we had maybe like a Simpson one. I don't know. I should ask my mom. But we had one, and I remember doing it. I was like, ugh, like I don't want to do this anymore because it was like all sticky and like, ugh. So I wound up probably not finishing my chia. But I was about to say chia pet. Was it a chia pet? Is that what it was called? Chia pets?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Those were fun. Chia seeds are good for you though, and they're a good like thickener. So like if you like overnight oats, you can put in overnight oats or various things. Smoothies even.
Katie, why do I feel like you would have this?
That's really cute. A little hedgehog.
You guys, that Katie would so have this in her house on her shelf. That is so cute. I love that. Little chia. That's so cute. Yeah, Bob Ross one. This is the one I wanted, y'all. Of course I wanted Bob Ross. Oh my god, I literally can't see where I'm putting my camera. There we go. Yeah, so fun. Oh my god, if you guys had a chia pet, comment down below. Yo, this one's crazy. So
like an alligator?
That's an alligator. Yo, it has, why is it sprouted like that?
That's so weird.
Get Sterling a chia pet. He'll have fun with it.
Yeah, he needs one. Good idea. Next birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, watch. You guys are gonna have like a million chia pets like show up to like a P.O. box now for Sterling. Everyone's gonna remember this for his next birthday.
It's okay. Was it the solar panel guy?
It's actually a mosquito pest.
Oh, it was the mosquito guy on the Segway today.
Oh.
These companies must get a huge write-off with these Segways because every single company all has that little Segway that they just zoom up on. Do you guys get that in Jersey too?
No, like, they're door-to-door. Like, they're just door-to-door sales and they just walk everywhere.
Oh, our door-to-door people are all on Segways. Every single one.
Oh, no.
And they always show up, and it's like, well, pest control today, but then it was not our pest control, it was a solicitor. We already have pest control. But it's always like them or the solar panel.
That is so funny. Well, no, I have a friend that does the, like I was telling Katie, you guys, I have a guy for everything. But I have a friend that he does like door-to-door sales and he does solar, and I'm like, but he's exhausted. Like he has to walk everywhere. I feel so bad when it's raining, storming, like when it's cold, hot as can be, muddy, whatever. Like he has to walk everywhere. I'm like, I don't know how he does it, to be honest. I'm like, props to you, because I would have quit day one, to be honest. But
yeah,
people love it.
Good way to stay in shape.
This is true. It's a lot of exercise. Yeah. I feel like it's more fun on a scooter, though, to be honest. If I had a scooter, I could just everywhere, Well, that kind of sounds fun. Maybe I would be a sales girl like that.
By the way, Zach is still talking to him. He invited him inside.
Oh.
They're on the back patio.
Nice.
Talking.
Nice. Good job.
It always takes a whole hour, because this is what happens. They're always such talkers.
You guys are better than me. I'd be like,
it's always a no, though.
You guys would be like the really nice people too, to be like, oh yeah, like I'll talk to you, like I'll show you, we'll look into it.
Sometimes I'm nice, sometimes I'm like,
leave,
don't come in here. Oh my god, there's this one time Zach felt so bad, but I was just not having it, and we were getting these religious people every single day when we first moved in.
No,
there's like one of those things, they would come every single day. It wasn't even just once a week. So by like week 2, I opened the door and they're like, we want to invite you to Jesus's birthday. And I said, I'm atheist. I don't believe in God. And I shut the door. And then they never showed up again. And by the way, I'm not atheist, but I was just like, I'm so done with all of this. And I said no so many times. I was like, I already have a church. I'm good. I do Bible with my mom on the weekends. Like, I said everything. And then finally on week 2, I'm like, nope. But they never showed up again, ever. And they're still in the neighborhood. Like, I see them pester my neighbors and stuff. But Zach's like, how could you tell them? Like, what if they're one of our neighbors? And now one of our neighbors might think we're atheists. Because, his dad was a pastor and stuff. So Zach's very religious. So he's like, how could you say that? And I was like, Zach, I was so done. They wouldn't listen to anything I was saying.
Katie said, I'm really going to throw it at them. That was so smart. Like, granted, that was brilliant. Number 1. Number 2, I don't blame you because they really don't care. Like, they really keep coming no matter what. Number 3, Katie said, I'm an atheist, goodbye. Boom, shut the door. That is so funny, and I love that kind of sass from you. That's so great.
Oh, God, but Zach, like, his poor soul, he was just like, yeah. He's like, how could you say that?
Zach's like, anything else but saying you're an atheist, why'd you do that? Oh, my God, you gave him a damn near heart attack, Katie.
Yeah.
Poor thing. She's like, yeah, whatever.
Hey, they never came back ever again. But Zach's like, he's still embarrassed. There was one time he saw them in the neighborhood and he came up and like he apologized. But they've never came back.
Thank God. So. That's annoying anyway. Oh, poor Zach.
Yeah.
He's so nice. He feels that bad. He went up to them. I want to turn the other way and kept on walking. That's so funny. You guys, if you guys have ever had door-to-door salespeople just show up like constantly and bug you, tell us down in the comments and let us know what are your worst ones. Like, give us your juiciest, most wildest stories. How'd you get them to go away, too? I want to hear it. That'd be so fun. Speaking of comments, so apparently, you guys, some people think that this is like the Jaycee show when clearly there's 2 of us. Clearly, Katie also edits these, like I have said in the past. So I think sometimes when I'm talking and Katie has like a full screen of like me, or when it's like a full screen of Katie, mind you, Katie does that consciously. I am not telling her to do anything.
I do that. I'm so bad. Jaycee is an amazing listener. She's so engaging with her face. She's like, and like, but Jaycee's really over here, but I'm trying to look at the camera, and there's so many times my face just goes blank. And it looks so awkward because I'm staring at myself listening to her instead of like looking. Yeah. I need to just look at you. Do you guys care if I look at you or Jaycee? Can I look at Jaycee?
It's more natural when we look at each other. It really is.
Yeah. Because I just like, I like try to look at the camera because this podcast for you guys, and then my face just goes blank. And then I just look dead inside. So I'm like, let me just make it full Jaycee. But then sometimes I do it too, like with the last podcast, Jaycee was like researching something on her phone, so I made me full screen for that. Yeah, because Jaycee was just trying to find something we were talking about, and like that's totally
fine. Like I think that either way it's fine, and I think because even like the last episode, technically, you guys are seeing this one first because we were like trying to figure out what to record first. But the last episode was me and Katie's makeup kits, but we did my professional makeup kit and we did Katie's like everyday makeup kit or trash bag at the time. So it was a lot of back and forth and just comparing and contrasting, but there was long periods of me explaining one product that can do 20 things, and then there was moments, a long time periods of Katie talking about one product that works for her and how she does it. So it was kind of like I could see how to somebody there wasn't a balance of like, Jaycee and Katie aren't talking the same amount and it's more so like just me, but it was like because that episode literally there was more in my kit than there was with yours. So it was going to be more of me talking, but somebody did not like that, and they're like, is this the Jaycee show? Let her talk. God dang, sorry. Katie can say whatever she wants.
The crazy part, too, is I cut out, 40 minutes of that podcast as well.
I guess you did.
You have a huge kit. You have a really huge kit. But, also, though, we did have like a technical thing, so we filmed the episode and then it got paused and then we filmed it again. So I did cut out a lot of that because then we ended up like talking about the same thing the second time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but yeah,
that was a lot. It was a long episode. It was a good episode though. That Katie edited that beautifully.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean all the episodes you've edited so well. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's so funny, but I promise you guys, I try to make sure that Katie has equal talking time as me. I don't know. And you know what's actually so funny too about that, as I'm not letting her talk now, and I just came up with another topic. You know, I've been told a lot of my life that I'm really, really overbearing, and that like I do take over, like, a lot. So I was kind of like, ah! Katie knows she could always tell me though. She could like turn around and be like, Jay, shut up. I'd be like, okay.
But that's a really good characteristic to have though when you do this type of job. You have the gift of gab where like you can just keep going and you're really good at engaging.
Yeah.
And there's so many times like on my end where I'm definitely more of like a listener. It's like when I go live, I'm like, I ran out of things to say, guys. I need you guys to comment, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's hard.
It's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Well, besides yesterday, you did a 7-hour live yesterday, Katie. Talk about that. How was that? Your 7-hour TikTok live.
Well, okay, it wasn't straight. It was like 3 hours and then 4 hours. But I did makeup after work at the spoiled unit. And that was like a nice like 3-hour one. I didn't make any sales. I did not get any tips or anything. So that was just like a straight like, 3 hours doing my makeup. But it was a lot of fun. I had fun. I played with the pastel goth palette. And that one's really, really pretty. And then I used the Heartbreaker palette. Mm-hmm. That one, again, like, I had no idea how beautiful that one was. And then I swatched the Carousel of Curses, the collab palette with Sydney Nicole. That one's gorgeous. I really do want to do a makeup look. But after that live, I drove home. And on my way home, my sister was like, hey, do you want to battle? Like, I'm doing a bunch of battles today. And I said, hey, I'm driving. So I end up finally getting home. And then she calls me again and she's like, are you home yet? And she's like, I'm still battling people. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll hop on. So I hop on, like, literally expecting just to do that one battle. Mm-hmm. But we actually had a lot of fun. Like, we had a lot of people on there. And we did, like, 4 or 5 battles, me and Jess. But then after those, like, 4 battles, I was really, really close to 100K likes on my TikTok. So I was like, guys, I'll just stay on until we hit it.
Yeah.
2 hours later. But we did hit it, and I even like took a picture and I screenshotted it and stuff. But that felt really cool to hit like 100K likes. Yeah. So that's why I was on such a long time. But yeah, we all hung out. It was really fun. It was like good conversation because people were commenting, and then like I love it when you guys like comment because then I'm not just talking to myself or just I feel like sometimes if people don't comment, I just keep repeating myself because I know new people are also coming into the TikTok.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just restart. So it's nice seeing people's comments, and we had a really good conversation. It's fun.
Good. So. I was telling Katie guys last night when I first moved into here and I was like by myself, and then I was really by myself. It was like, what do I do? Like, oh my God. And this is before I had a little bit more stability with like bookings. I was only booked out about a month, and I had 1 client each Friday and Saturday in October. So I wasn't like booked and busy to where I knew like financially like I was fine. Mind you too, I came into this place with like a small cushion, but my cushion, when you move out and you find your place, it's like that money, it's like gone. Like it's quickly depletes. So I knew in the back of my head, like I'm gonna have to work my butt off like as soon as I start working. Or as soon as I get in here, once I got more comfortable, and then everything in my life wound up like falling apart, and then I just like fueled like TikTok live and like just would stay on there for like work shifts of like 7-8 hours a day. I would do my makeup, get off for about 30 minutes or like an hour, edit videos, get back on, and then like cook and then do battles after that. And it was like if I didn't do my makeup in the morning, then I would go on TikTok live at night and I would do a 5-hour live doing battles, doing, cooking or doing whatever I could do, and just to get like 5 to 8 hours in, I would. And I did that from October to pretty much December. And then I was like, okay, I can't keep doing this. Like, this was just, it was just way too much of, like, being online. And it kind of got to a point where I felt like I was talking about everything because I am, like, by myself, so there's no one to tell me anything different. So it was like anything that came to mind I was talking about. And it was like certain things I probably should have kept privately. And I was like, okay, this is not good. Like, now I'm starting to use this as, like, it's a little bit more of, like, a parasocial, like, obsession of, like, I am talking about everything that's on my mind, and I shouldn't be. And I'm talking about experiences and, like, people, and I shouldn't be doing that. And it just kind of got a little too much. I was like, I gotta take a step back. But it's a lot of work, and it's mentally draining. Like, you're tired after that long of a live. It's a lot. Yeah.
No, it really is. Like, people don't get that. They're like, oh, it's such an easy job. But, like, I don't know, talking for 7 hours straight, it is very energy draining, like, mentally. Like, and then also it's so easy just to have, like, verbal vomit. Because, like, when you just start talking and then you are under that pressure where you're like, I can't stop talking. It's like anything that pops up, you just I'm just saying. I've totally been there.
Oh, yes, exactly. It's hard. It's hard, y'all. Love live streaming. But I'm happy you did that.
Oh, speaking of live streaming, though, while I'm away, we're going to try to do a special live streaming episode since we may be missing one of the podcast episodes. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet. I think we mentioned maybe live streaming on TikTok and then just, like, uploading it here on YouTube. Yeah. That way it can be split screen. But we'll do, like, a special, like, live stream event when I'm in Korea, and then maybe, like, I'll do it in my morning. That way it's Jaycee's nighttime. Yep. So then I can, like, do my makeup and stuff.
And that way, too, it's most of our audience's nighttime as well, because our audience is pretty fused at this point as well. So I feel like it'll be easier if it's nighttime. So if they're awake, they're awake. But then that way, too, because in my head, too, I mean, obviously, you guys, it's Katie's, like, wedding, vacation, honeymoon thingamajiggy. So it's like, I don't want whatever we all also want to say. It's like, even if it was more convenient for everybody online versus, like, and me, if it was like a morning time for us, you need to sleep at night, girl. You're gonna be traveling, you're gonna be seeing things, you're gonna be doing all the things. Make it a morning so that way you can get ready, do your makeup, do your hair, look cute, go out after, be with Zach, you know, like, you don't need to be, like, on camera necessarily. Like, I just feel like it's going to be better for everybody, and I want Katie to have her time and her special time on her special trip. So it's like, we're going to make it definitely a nighttime for mainly all of us, you guys watching, me, and then Katie will be a complete time zone difference. So it'll be cool. Yeah. It'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll work out good. Because, like, you know, either way, I'm going to be sitting down doing my makeup anyway. So it'll be all good.
Yeah, and I was even thinking maybe I can bang out one of my Halloween looks, like, during it too, because normally I do them at night and they draw in a lot of attention. So that way, like, we both get a lot of attention if we're on, like, a battle or we're doing whatever, we're, you know, podcasting, live streaming, the whole bit. And then that way, when it gets uploaded, it's like everybody just sees everything, and it will just give it a little bit more of, like, a boost. So that's going to be my plan. I'm going to try to, like, find a little Halloween, kind of like pre-Halloween, like a cutesy one to do, but it's still a lot of work. So that way it's a good nighttime stream. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are following our TikToks. Yeah, because we all know people on Facebook don't want to move to TikTok, but whatever.
It's all political.
Your political stances that don't have anything to do with TikTok now, but okay. So it's a little crazy, but okay. Also,
no, that's always the reason I get given. Where they're like, oh, well, it's either they're worried about their data or it's tied to, like, something political. Mm-hmm. But
if you use ChatGPT, don't talk to me that you can't use TikTok. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say. If you're talking to a robot about your issues and using them as your psychologist, or you're using them to decorate your house, but you won't open TikTok to get ideas from a real person, I don't want to hear it, okay, about whatever you're gonna try to pull. No, download TikTok. It's fine. It's not that deep. Calm down. Come support us.
You know how I told you about that story about that one girl falling in love with her psychiatrist?
Yes.
And she made, like, a 20-part series about it?
Yes.
So she left that psychiatrist because she said he groomed her into making her love him by like complimenting her and stuff. Like it's total like I don't know. You need to watch it, make your own opinions. But
Weird.
so now she's using ChatGPT as her therapist, and she's falling in love with ChatGPT. She's making a whole series about ChatGPT's like grooming her.
Wait, back it up. Hold on. So this is what I mean by like mental people like this leave me alone forever. Like I hope I never have to run into people like this. What do you mean? What do you like? How are you gonna make a series claiming that this man groomed you, this and that, and then they're also gonna say that now, oh my god, like what's she gonna say? ChatGPT manipulated her into falling in love with it.
Mm-hmm. And she gave him a name, and they're like it's somewhat of like a loving relationship as much as you can have through a robot.
Absolutely not. Ew.
Yeah, it's getting weird. How do you guys feel about AI? And Jaycee, how do you feel as a creative? Because I know there's AI art, but also AI content.
Yeah. Honestly, so this is my thing. I feel like AI in general, it's truly one of those things where there is no 100% that is the way and that's the best thing in the whole wide world and this and that, and there's nothing that you can say that is the worst thing in the world and that's horrible and this and that. It's one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, no matter what, you can use it for good or you can use it for bad, and there is nothing that could ever equal that out, if that makes sense. So it's like, in my eyes, it's one of those things that I use it all the time for emails, for pitches. If I need, like, if I'm like content creating all day, all night, like this, that, boom, bang, boom. You have to realize, y'all, if you are a content creator and you are making content all day, when it comes down to making a caption or finding the hashtags that are good for that day or what's trending, it's like you're so fried up here to where like you have to start typing and you're like, I don't know, bro. Like it's just like, what could I even do? So sometimes I'll go to ChatGPT and be like, what's the trending hashtags on TikTok on Tuesday, the date, and then like put the time that it is. My videos about makeup, hair, and skincare, and then it will give me like the trending the hashtags, and I'll put those. Or I'll say, can you make me a caption for these photos? Make it, witchy, inspirational, and girly at the same time or whatever. And it does everything. And then it will say, like, do you want hashtags involved? Yes, generate hashtags that are trending today. And then it's like, while it's doing that, I'm posting a video and then I'm sharing it to Snapchat or sharing it to this or that, or I'm on a phone call with, like, for a meeting, or I'm doing this or that. It's like, I use it as, like helping me, like, along the assembly line of, like, videos. And then when it comes down to it, it's like, all right, copy, paste, and then that's it. And then it's like, now I could, post everything. But what I don't, and I've also used it, I'll admit, there was 2 times I was doing 2 paintings recently, and I got really, really, really stuck. And there was this one painting, it's a dead painting of mine, I haven't even showed it, it's a dead painting though. And I didn't know how to finish it. And so I sent it to ChatGPT, and I was like, how do I finish this? Or like, what can I add to this? And it actually came up with a really good idea, but I didn't wind up doing it. But I was like, that's kind of cool that I could ask it to, like, help me finish something. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, this is dumb. Like, I don't know if I like this. I don't want it. Like, I don't know what to do with it. I need to save it somehow. And then it sent me stuff, and I was like, it wasn't a bad idea, actually. But I don't know how I would do it, but I can't, whatever. So it's like, I think that it's really cool, and I like it for a sense of certain things. However, people are people, and people are nutso, and people are insane. And, like, how are you gonna fall in love with a robot, number one? Number two, how are you gonna, like, people that use it to, like, live their life? Like, oh, what should my Starbucks order be today? Oh my god, what should I eat for breakfast? Oh, can you make me a meal plan? Oh, can you make me a schedule today? Oh, can you text my best friend this? Can you respond to this? And it's like, do you not think on your own? Like, you need to have a creative concept, and you need to be able to put together a prompt. You need to be able to put together things. And I'm not so worried. I'm more worried about, it's going to sound so old of me, but I'm more worried about kids using it and, like, high schoolers. Like, I don't think it should be access for everybody. I think should be a certain age. And I think that you should have to kind of prove like certain things in order able to use it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, because it is a great thing, and a lot of people see it as a great thing, but they're fully using it as a crutch rather than something that should be a helper or like a time saver, you know, but they're fully using it as a crutch, which is really sad because I feel like some people, they start using it and they lose confidence in their own ability to think and be creative. So they rely so heavily where they're like, you know, like I saw somebody like using it to like help them write a story, and they're like, oh, that sounds so much better how ChatGPT wrote it.
Yeah.
So then they ended up like plugging in like literally every single sentence, every single paragraph, and then becoming like hyper obsessed. I'm like, no, like your book was so good. You know, just because it wants to change it doesn't mean it should be changed. You know, it's just giving a suggestion. It's like I feel bad that like, you know, because it's a robot, you think automatically it's gonna be smarter, it's gonna be better. So then it makes you lose confidence. I feel like the more you use it.
That's such a good point.
And then it's also been hurting a lot of like college kids too, I see, because ChatGPT commonly uses like M dashes. That's like the little line. And a lot of college kids, they submit their paperwork and they're getting automatic zeros because the professor's like, oh, that is obvious use of ChatGPT. And then like the kids are like, no, I just know what an M dash is. But then it's like, it's really hard to prove if somebody used ChatGPT or not because it's so advanced now. So like you kind of have to like, it's almost like you have to make yourself dumber sounding or looking. That way you don't get accused of being ChatGPT, because these professors are like going hardcore on some of these people where they're like, oh, you used fancy punctuation, so it must have been a robot, which again is like very demeaning and like annoying. Like, oh, you can't be this good. There's no way, you know? So I don't know. I just feel bad for like the kids going to school right now because either it makes them lose confidence or they have to make themselves sound stupider or less smart. You know, that way teachers don't accuse them of AI. Like they're almost too scared to like, you know, use big words or do that or do this. Because there's no like true way to actually see if it's AI or not. Because AI always, like in ChatGPT, one of their things is no matter what they put out is always unique. So like every single photo is unique. Like if you put a photo of yourself and then say to edit it, it will never actually look like yourself. They always change something because they say like, oh, they can never repeat anything. So it's very hard to like prove what's AI and what's human or whatever. But
I think
scary world.
Exactly. And I think that's what exactly scares me, is because also like being, you guys, like I think, I don't know how to put this in a nice way. I feel like people forget that I also work in the real world and that I have real world jobs, and like on a almost daily basis I work normalcy versus just also content creation. Like my life looks like it's online, but it's really not. Like I also have a lot of interaction with everyday people, and content creators, not anyone specific that I'm even thinking of, I'm just saying in general, it's very easy to kind of see that like there's not a lot of human interaction there, and it really is just like, oh, like they're by themselves, they're filming, they're listening to themselves all day long, they're listening to, you know, their voice and seeing the same videos and this and that constantly. Like it's really crazy how you're just like with yourself a whole lot, and in ways where you're constantly altering, editing yourself to where it becomes like annoying, and it's like, oh, like am I even okay? Like why can't I just be like natural in a way? But that's a whole other point. When it comes down to like me working like actually with people and so forth, I keep seeing in the salon and with bridesmaids, for hair and makeup, why is everybody showing me AI photos? This has been an issue the last 3 weeks. And it's like, I'm starting to see so many artists post about it, and they're like, can we like ban AI photos? Because it gives you unrealistic makeup looks. It tells you, or like people are like, oh, like what would look best on me? And they show like a photo of themselves. And it's like, us as the artists are supposed to also tell you that, but if ChatGPT knows that your favorite color is pink and purple and this and that, yeah, it's going to put a pink lip on you, but that doesn't mean it's going to look good on you. And then they're like, when you do it, and then they're like, oh, wait, actually, I don't like this. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I'm like, this is like an inspiration of like what you should. And they're like, well, I don't look smooth like this. And I'm like, because you're showing me an AI photo. Like, that's not a real human. Like, what are you doing? So it's like, it just gives people such unrealistic standards, like in the beauty world at least. But then also, like, I'm seeing that it's affecting doctors, it's affecting people's professionalism in all different types of areas, and it's just like, bro, like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, are we being for real right now? So I think people just have to remember that it's a dang robot. Number two, remember, it stores everything you say to it, so it knows you. Like, the more you talk to it, the more it knows you. And so, like, mine knows how to write my Instagram captions and how I like them. And it knows how I like my Facebook posts. It knows how I like my email pitches, because I make it like proofread everything, number one, but I also make it list things better for me. If I have like my rates and like so on and so forth things written down, I make it make things look better. So when I say, oh, can you send a message to this company? How would I like word this? They literally get my past examples and throw it into another one. And it will ask me like, do you want it like this prompt ? And I'll be like, yes, make it similar to this. And then it makes me a whole new thing. And then it's just like that. And they're like, do you need anything else altered? And then I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll finish the rest myself. Or I'll edit whatever I need. And it's like, okay, thank you, bye. Let me know if you need anything else. It's like, it's so weird how it really does, like, remember everything. So,
it learns you.
It learns you. It remembers you. So, I think it's creepy. I also don't blame anybody for not wanting to use it at all. I think that that's more understandable than people that use it for every last single types of uses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just be smart. Don't be weird. Don't fall in love with it. That's crazy work. Ew.
Yeah. I see it being a big thing in like the art community too, because you can make art with ChatGPT, and people have been doing it and then selling it like on Etsy or printing it out and like having it on Amazon. Like or even Hobby Lobby got really called out because they have a bunch of printed art, like, you know how they sell the printed art, but it's all AI. And Hobby Lobby literally is like, they say like, oh, we support artists and stuff, but it's like, how are you supporting artists if you're selling AI art?
I heard Hobby Lobby was selling AI artwork, and as somebody who's been yapping a lot about AI lately, I decided to come see if I could find some. First up, I noticed these pigs, and I look at the feet. There's something weird going on with the feet. This longhorn is meant to be photorealistic, and at first glance, it kind of seems like it might be a render or something. But then, what is this weird symbol here? Is this the artist's signature, or is this some sort of artifact? Because to me, this looks like it's AI generated.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's people trying to copyright AI art. Have you heard about that whole debate? Because they're like, well, I made it with ChatGPT, so it's mine. But then people are like, well, you can't copyright AI. It's like this weird whole gray area, but people are like, well, it was my ideas and I had it created. So a lot of artists, to rebel, if they see somebody doing AI art and they're like trying to claim it's theirs, then other artists will copy it and then like actually license it, because then it's real art.
It's real, yeah.
You know, yeah.
Oh my god.
But that's like how they're trying to stand up against AI art right now.
That is so crazy. Excuse me yawning, you guys. It's that time of night. I need a coffee or something. That's a lot, and that's scary. In my opinion, that's scary, and I think that's weird. And I don't know, even like Facetune has this whole like AI. If you guys don't know, I Facetune all the time, and I'll say it. Facetune, I love Facetune. That's my favorite editing app of all for photos. I have a yearly subscription. I've been using Facetune for 8 years now, which is crazy. So I know that app like back of my hand. I can edit any photo in minutes with that thing, and it has this like AI feature now, and it makes you look so scary. I tested it out. I looked so scary. But this is what's even crazier is there's like a scale where you can like pull it up and down, and you can make yourself look like a little bit AI and like just like a little bit smooth and like a little bit perfect, or you can push it all the way up and it literally makes you like an entire character in like a video game looking thing. It's wild. It's crazy, y'all. It's scary. I don't like it.
like, does it feel like a video game because it's so different from you?
Yes.
Or, like, could it be a real person?
No.
Or there's no way it could be?
No,
Okay.
it couldn't be a real person. It looks like an AI like thing, but I feel like all AI characters look like video game characters. Like they try to look like those hyper realistic, or I say like hyper realistic, but you guys know what I mean. If you guys are gamers, you know what I mean. Like it tries to look those like hyper realistic types of games, and it's like really weird. It's really creepy. It's really strange. So
yeah,
mm,
it's weird. AI is weird.
It
can be
is.
helpful though. Like I said, sometimes it's like a good time saver.
Yeah.
It is a helper. Just don't use it as a crutch, and don't claim it's art as your art.
Or like, you know what's really helpful? Like if you don't know something about like your blood work, like asking it like, what does this level mean? And if my level is, you know, 3.2, or like say if you're like researching, you don't know much about like your iron levels. And you don't know much about like your platelets or your red blood count or this and that, right? If you like look up your panels and you say like you ask ChatGPT like, oh, like can you explain what this means in like simple terms? It will say like white blood cell count. If it's high, it means you're, you know, have a chance of infection. Look at this other level, da 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 da, and if it says this, then you could have. If you like ask it like, what does this mean? Like, could I have this? It'll say like, oh, like symptoms. Like, what are your symptoms? And it can kind of help you navigate and like learn about your care. But I feel like people are also taking it as like a that's correct type situation, and that's it. Where like versus if you have a chronic illness, you know, like my like some of my counts for like a normal person, technically like mine are really high, but they're not because it's me and I'm a complicated case. But like for somebody that's really high anxiety, for someone that gets really, really nervous, that has health anxiety in general, and if they don't know underlying things about themselves or say like their normal levels, like their actual doctor or primary would, if they don't go to their primary and ask, you know, oh, why is this level high? And ChatGPT is telling them that it's high, it might not actually be for you. It might just be for an average human being. But so many people are so misdiagnosed with, you know, chronic illnesses or underlying diseases. So even if you don't know you have something like thyroid and you're not looking at all your other levels, or you don't know your normal levels like your doctor would, and you're using ChatGPT, you're taking it and running with it, that could cause you to have like an anxiety attack. So it's like, you got to be careful and you got to be knowledgeable about what you're also asking it and talking about and the topic. You shouldn't just go in blind, essentially, I feel like, and use it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you know, sometimes it can just be 100% wrong too. Like it's not all knowing, and you don't know where it's pulling sources from.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have like a real world example. So I was doing this one video last year. I was editing it for last time I went to Korea, and I literally did a video for every single day. So it was like 14 videos. I was trying to edit really, really fast. So I asked ChatGPT, like, oh, could you just help me find some information about this one tower I visited? Mm-hmm. And it was like a tower at eWorld. I think it was called like Tower 95 or something. And so it gave me all these fun facts. And like one of the facts was, fun fact, it's called Tower 95 because it's 95 something feet tall. Not feet. I don't think it was feet. Like 95 floors. I don't know. Some unit of measurement. But it was wrong. The tower was actually like one of the tallest towers in all of Korea. It was like well over like 200 of whatever unit of measurement they were using. but it just saw that. So like it didn't know exactly, I guess, what tower I was talking about, but it saw the 95 in the name, so it just assumed. Oh. And then, but luckily it wasn't in my video. After it gave me that information, it also had something else in there where I was like, oh, I don't think that's right. So I asked it like, hey, can you fact check yourself and please tell me what resources you're using? And then it said, oh, sorry, you're right. I got 2 of the things wrong. Let me redo this. And then it redid it, and then it pulled up actual sources. Oh my God. But if you don't tell it to do it, sometimes it will just make things up because it wants to give you an answer.
That's scary.
Yeah.
It's you telling ChatGPT to fact check itself. That is so funny, Katie.
Well, because I knew it was wrong. Like I don't remember what it was now, but back then, since I just came back from Korea, I was like, no, they said something different on that tour.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but it's programmed to always give you an answer. So if it doesn't know, like it'll just make random things up.
Oh my god. Wow, that
Yeah.
is actually kind of crazy, and it's kind of scary. Yeah, what do you guys think about ChatGPT? Let us know down below. I also just like totally thought of something too. I feel like we completely passed over like also like your wedding. Like we were talking about it and we like passed over it. I wanted to ask you, what's your one thing that you're excited about the most?
Oh, the thing I'm most excited for is we booked a ring making class in Seoul. And Korea is really, really well known for their silver. And so we're making our own custom silver rings. So I'm not sure actually. Originally we were thinking like I would make my ring and Zach would make his, but I think it'd be kind of cute if we made each other's.
Make each other's.
But we scheduled a class, so they're gonna teach us like the basics of ring making, and then we get to use, the Korean silver to make our actual ring. But like we can engrave it, we can make it any shape, any mold we want.
I love that.
They'll size our fingers too there just to make sure. So it'll definitely fit. But I never wear my engagement ring because I'm so scared of losing it. But then also one time I really hurt myself with it because we were at a trampoline park, and I was like, at that point I was wearing it all the time, and then the ring slid to the side, so the diamond was like here, and it was like an obstacle trampoline park. So I was jumping on a trampoline and I went to grab a rope, and the diamond went into my other finger, and it was the most painful thing, blood everywhere. So then I'm like, so whenever I look at it, I just think about that. And it's actually such a big thing. Like so many people lose their fingers yearly because of their wedding rings. Like it's an actual thing.
What?
There's like a statistic behind it. And it's such a common thing. That's why they sell the silicone rings now.
Oh my god.
Because there's so many finger related injuries. So that's what I constantly think about. I'm lightly paranoid. I always like the worst case scenarios. No, but that happened to me. So now when I look at it, I think about that incident. So I'm excited to get this like nice smooth ring. But also, it's not something like, it won't have like any crystals on it or anything like that. So it's not gonna be flashy and it's gonna be smooth. And I think, it'd be very sentimental too for the trip.
Yeah.
So
I'm like the first thing I
so
thought.
excited.
I love that for you. And the first thing I thought of was, it was like your rock's too big that it like got you.
It's not like big, but it hurt so
I would
bad.
have made so many videos out of that being like story time how my wedding ring cut me because it's so big. Like, look at my diamond. Like, flash it. You gotta like just make like fun like cutesy videos with your ring because you don't wear it all the time, which is understandably so. Yeah. You don't wear it all the time because of that incident. But like, oh my god, I would like make fun. I'd make so many videos. You have to like capitalize off of that incident because that's brilliant.
Yeah, I should do a story time. I think the only reason I didn't really talk about it, because it was at a time, like, me and Zach weren't public with it yet.
Okay, got it.
Because, we wanted to sit with our engagement ourselves, to have, like, our own private time, make sure all of our family knew first before, because we didn't want any family to learn from Facebook. So we sat with it for a very, very long time.
Wait, really?
We told anybody.
How long?
Yeah. A long time.
Really?
Yeah, we're not putting any, like, years to it or anything. But...
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that. That's so fun. But that's, like, also so respectable because I feel like with this job, it's, like, I was just saying this earlier, like, everyone thinks that, like, we owe them something. And we really don't. Like, we don't owe no one nothing. And I was talking about a time on Facebook that was really hard for me to go on there. And there was people, like, coming at my neck because they wanted statements and they wanted me to talk about this and talk about that. And I was just like, no. Like, I don't need to say a dang thing. Like, y'all can stop. And it was very hard and it was very rough. And there's certain things in life that you need to sit back when you're, and like, just like content creator wise. But like, also probably for people that are oversharers. And like, I feel like content creators are oversharers. Like, naturally, it's why we do this. It's probably why we love this. We love telling y'all stuff. But at the same time, it's like, something as important and as beautiful and sentimental and sacred as an engagement it's like, that's something that you should enjoy with your fiance and your family and your close friends. Like, the world doesn't need to know about that right away. Like, that's something that's, like, crazy. Like, I personally hate those posts that are, like, literally, it's, like, 11:34 at night, and you know they got engaged, like, a few hours ago at, like, sunset, and it's like, oh my god, I'm a wifey, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, like, oh, good for you, congratulations, but, like, wow, like, have you even, like, got off that high yet of, like, being engaged? Like, my sister was, like, high on being engaged for, like, the week she was engaged. Like, I'll never forget that. She was never as sweet as can be, as excited as can be, like, my sister, and, like, still now, she's like, oh, I'm a fiance, like, my fiance, like, she loves saying that she's a fiance, and I know she's gonna love saying, like, my husband, I'm a wife, like, she loves the whole part of it, but, like, that first week to 2 weeks she was engaged, she was, like, on cloud 9, and so it was, like, and it was so cool to see as, like, her little sister, you know, because especially, I've seen her boyfriends, and I've seen the guys and all this, and so when I knew that he was going to be the one anyway, and then when he, like, asked us for, like, her hand in marriage, and da-da-da-da, and he got her the ring already, and all the things, and so when we knew the engagement was coming up, and we were so excited, but, like, seeing her excited about it, it was, like, a whole new thing, and, I love her engagement life. I think it's so fun seeing my sister be a fiance, but it's so sentimental, and it's so special. It's so special.
Yeah.
So good for y'all for not telling no one for a while, because
Thank you.
I wouldn't either. Are you kidding me? I honestly, I probably wouldn't even tell anybody for a long time, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, like, I'll always tell my people everything, like, all my life updates eventually, but I always, like, you know, whether it's good or bad, I always want to think about it first.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, sometimes when you're on high on emotions,
Yeah.
you can, like, say things you don't mean or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, not with the engagement, because that's a good thing, but, like, with, like, bad things too. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I always, like, I wait a week or two because I don't want to, like, scare you guys because I'm upset, or you know what,
Yeah.
I want to marinate with it and be like, oh, do I really want this out here, or should this be, like, something private? But in terms of the engagement, me and Zach just wanted to, like, you know, enjoy it for ourselves, you know, and just, you know, have that sacred time, you know. But yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's, like, and I really think it's beautiful. I think that I grew up with a sister and a mother and grandparents that were Italian, grew up in an Italian household, and we believe in, like, specifically, like, the evil eye, to where, like, you know, you can tell people your successes and your happiness and all this, but people could always put the maloiks on you. We call it the maloiks. If you guys know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But it's essentially like bad energy, bad spirits. People can put that on you without you even knowing. Or if you have fake people around you, or you have, like, not so good people, when you tell them really happy and exciting things, and they're like, oh, congratulations, with a smile on their face, but inside they're like, F you. Or they're like, oh,
Yeah.
like, whatever. They have a jealousy over you, and you don't necessarily know it, but they have that underlying jealousy about you. They can put that negative energy on you, or on top of, like, your events or your special occasions or whatever you're happy about, that happy moment in time. And so I was kind of always told to never share, like, my successes, or, like, don't tell people what you're going to do. Don't tell people your plan. And it's like, if you do, you know, you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening, you never know who's going to put that bad energy on you. Personally, I do believe in that, of course, but I also am an oversharer, and I do find, in my mind, I do think that's also a very negative and too cautious of a way. It's a little paranoid of a way to think, of being like, oh, everybody that watches me secretly hates me, and they're going to put the maloiks on me, or they're going to think bad of me, or, you know, oh, let me not talk about, like, my successes because I don't want people, like, thinking about me. I don't necessarily like that, because I love hearing people's stories and their experiences and their happy moments, because I'm like, oh, like, that's so cool. Like, I think it's so fun, and it's inspiring to me, like, by many, many people. But, like, at the same time, I have to remember in my head that not everybody thinks like that either. So it's like,
Yeah.
sharing something so intimate and something so sacred and special on the internet, sometimes it is a little bit scary, because you're like, oh my god, like, we can't see y'all. We know you, kind of, but y'all know us more than we know you. if we've never met you. So it's like, it's scary sometimes sharing stuff like that on social media because you never know how people are going to react or how they're going to like look at you.
Yeah. Well, and like sometimes it does backfire too.
Yeah.
And, like, with your whole evil eye thing, I feel like that is like other cultures believe in that too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like jinx, or like my family always says, oh, it's like Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But like you know, there's a reason why those superstitions exist.
Absolutely.
It does happen. Like there's definitely people out there. And like do you remember there was like this one influencer on Facebook? She was doing like some sort of collab with Walmart. Do you remember this? Mm-hmm. I forgot her name, but she like announced it the week prior. She was so big on Facebook that so many people called in and like did all this hate email to Walmart. So then Walmart canceled the event. So like,
see, I'd be so upset. Like exactly.
So
my
that's
point.
kind of like an evil eye thing or whatever. But like, that's why also like I don't normally like to share good things until like it's actually there, like or I actually have the thing. You know, 'cause you never know.
I believe that too because there was some things that were supposed to happen. I was just thinking about this earlier too. I wasn't talking about it, but I was thinking about it. How like there was a few things that happened a few months ago that were supposed to happen. They just didn't go through because, you know, like the people I was supposed to like collaborate or whatever, like they got sick or like we couldn't follow through with the appointment or something happened in their family or they had to like take a break or whatever. So like there was a few things, like a few job things I had like lined up with like podcasts, and I was trying to get our podcast and on these people's podcasts and on the radio and this and that. And the one thing fell through. It's not that it's not fell through where it's like done. It's just the girl's not able to do it right now and yada yada. Hopefully in the fall I'm able to do it, whatever. And then there was this other thing with a radio that I was supposed to do, but the man got sick. And it was weird because I posted like a hint towards it, and then 2 days later he messaged me that he couldn't do that date anymore. And I was like, dang it. And I was like, I just talked about it too. Like I just was talking about it. So I was like, dang. And I was like, I probably shouldn't have talked about it. I got jinxed. And I was like, I wonder. So I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't say things that I say on the internet all the time. But that's because I'm an oversharer and I love telling people things. I love sharing my excitement. And I also always say, like, I mean, I do wear an evil eye bracelet actually everywhere I go. Fun fact. Also on my vanity, I cleanse my vanity with like Palo Santos or like certain incense and stuff like that. You guys know, like I love crystals and I do believe in like, you know, the power of like rosaries and crystals and a whole lot of things. And it's funny, like the way my vanity's set up, there's certain things are in place for like that protection because this is where I film the most. And I always try to keep that like light covered in light. I always think that like my vanity is covered in like a white ball, like a white circle energy ball, so like nothing negative can like come through it, which I swear works because I barely get haters and I don't ever get like a flood of them, and which is very shocking considering. And so like I don't know how I get away with everything I get away with online, but I do. And I swear it's because part of my spiritual practice wise, like this vanity I keep so protected and so sacred, and so I try to make sure it's full of light and self-love and all the highest vibrations you can possibly bring. And I just love it. I love it here. Like I love my little vanity and I feel most creative here, and I swear it's because of that. So yeah, I try to keep all the negative energies and all the bad juju away from it, but certain times you can still jinx things, so yeah.
That's so cool you're into that and you do all that.
Oh yeah, I take it very seriously with all of this.
Yeah, because like some of that I do think there's something there. Like I don't believe in anything specifically with you know, the crystals and the energy and stuff, but you know, like sometimes things just happen. I'm like, oh, maybe it was because of that. You know, same thing with ghosts. Like I don't fully believe in ghosts, but then there's some things where I'm like, it's probably a ghost. You know?
You know what's funny too? I do. Well, that's the thing too, is I believe in negative energies and positive energies. So like, whether it's prayer or like a demon or whatever, you know, a ghost, or I think of ghosts not in a bad way or a good way. It's like it could be, you know, a happy thing or, you know, a negative thing. I've also had moments where like I specifically was like, God, what's going on? And like specifically said like the word God, and like crazy things happened the second after. And I was like, whoa, back it up. Like I was not expecting that. And I was like, maybe something is here. Like, not that I ever doubt it, ever, but like sometimes when it really comes to light and like right then and there, it's like, what did I just do? Or like, what just happened? So I do believe that there's obviously like, and me and Katie, like we've talked about this, but I feel like before, because we both have like kind of different like ways, and I feel like certain people are more sensitive to that too, like seeing those signs and things like that. So I think it's pretty cool, but there are certain things where I've had that where I'm like, that definitely just happened because of whatever's on the other side of like the veil, spiritual world, ghost, I don't know, whatever people want to say. It was definitely that. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is crazy. Have you had any like ghost stories or paranormal stuff? not
No, but I have not necessarily negative ones. It was, thank God, it like literally not going with thank God. It was all like positive ones. But I have experienced night terrors, and those are scary. I've noticed those, and I'll never forget. This was like when I was really deep into like learning how to like read people and things like that. I'll never forget this one person I was at school with, and I just felt this like really negative like part of them, and it was like when I like looked at them. Did you ever hear the term of like dead eyes? Where it's like when their eyes, like there is no soul behind it, it's just like they're like gone.
Yeah.
And I like never knew what it was, but apparently that is a thing. And I swear, like now that I think back on it, I'm like, they had that. Like that's
Is
weird.
it called like sampuku eyes?
Something like that. I think there's multiple words for it, to be honest. I think there's more like I think there's multiple religions and like multiple names for the same thing, but it's really weird. Or like I know that some people say like all like narcissists have dead eyes and stuff. Like yeah, they can, but like I've met a few. I now like that I'm an adult too. Like I've met a few people that have that. Like there's just nothing there, and it's a little scary. It's like, huh. And I always say the eyes are the windows to the soul, you know, like, and I've always believed in that, and they do say that about, like, eyes and, like, looking in people's eyes, and I always talk to people by looking in their eyes. I'm not one of those people that I try to look down a lot, or I look to the side, or I don't, when I talk to people, I look at them in the eyes, I keep my stand, I keep, you know, my confidence up, and I try to speak clearly, so, especially as an adult, and being a younger girl in the industry that I'm in, I try to be very forward and direct and serious to gain respect from people. But yeah, there's people that do have that, and that'd probably be my like scary paranormal, I feel like, things I've seen. Or night terrors. Just night terrors are so scary. Yeah.
Those are scary.
Yeah.
I googled sampuku eyes just to see. So it's a Japanese term for it. And they say like a lot of serial killers have sampuku eyes.
Yeah.
But it just means you're like imbalanced because your yin energy is off.
Yeah.
But it's just it's crazy how like so many people from like all over the world can have like similar things happen to them.
Yeah.
And it's like it all means the same things. Like I forgot what you called the eyes, but it's just funny. Like in Japan, they also notice that, and then they call it that, and it has the same like implication.
Yeah.
You know?
And just I mean, I've always told like to have like dead eyes. Like there's nothing there. Like it's just like death. Like it's like there is no soul. There is no nothing. Like you can just tell it's like cold inside of their brain and their heart. It's like they don't speak very like lovingly or warmly. It's very straightforward, very stern. I look at that with men a lot too, like especially like with like dating or just like guys going out with. Like if they can't look at me in the eyes and talk to me, I leave. And I'm like, yeah, no, like you're never gonna talk to me again. Or like the ones that do look at you in the eyes and you can kind of just like read that there is something there. I'm like, okay, like I feel safe around you enough to like fully give you a few hours of my life and like continue like a date. Like I always do that, no matter what. So
now I'm looking at different sampuku eyes.
I know people say Billie Eilish has dead eyes too, but I think people with, no offense to anyone with blue eyes, I think blue eyes are the most mistaken for it because their pupils can be a little tinier 95% of the time, and their eyes are so sensitive that they kind of have to keep them like very, not like relaxed, but like relaxed at the same time. Like I feel like their eyes are always more relaxed. Like anyone with blue eyes normally has very relaxed eyes. They're never really like big and like out there and like I don't want to say crazy, but like you know what I mean, like just like they're normally very like relaxed kind of sets of eyes.
Yeah. I don't get that.
That's so weird.
We need to do like a whole Halloween episode where we like talk about all the different eyes and like paranormal experiences and night terrors and stuff.
Yeah.
We could even talk about palm reading.
I would love that. Honestly, I love it because I get mine done all the time. Well, I used to. I haven't been in a while, but...
I have a funny story with Zach. Well, it's not very funny, but it involves hand reading.
Okay.
So he went to a hand reader, and the hand reader, like normally they always say positive things. They told him he was going to die at 30 for a heart condition. So he got really nervous. And he's just like, oh, I don't believe it. But the thing is, his dad at 30 had a heart attack. And his brother at 30 had a heart attack.
Shut up.
But it's like, how did this hand reader know? Years later, he goes to a different hand reader. The other hand reader also says, be careful when you turn 30 because it's something to do with your heart. But that first person said he was going to die. So I was like, oh my God, don't give them your money. But like, so me and Zach always like kind of joke like, oh, 30.
Wait, now how old is Zach?
But 26.
Oh, okay, he's got a few years.
But it's just funny that two different ones said it. And his brother and dad did have that, but he never said that to the hand reader.
Yeah.
He literally gave no information. He went in very, very general. So it's just hand reading. So they don't really ask you much. They literally just look at the lines.
Yeah.
So from his hand lines, they deduce that. And he never told them about his brother or his dad or anything.
Oh my God.
So isn't that weird?
That is
so
weird.
it's like there's something to that. Fingers crossed, nothing happens to Zach.
Yeah, no, God bless.
Just crazy. Two different hand readers.
Ugh, I rebuke those hand readers. Absolutely not. No, get them away. No negative talk like that. Or
it's
like
crazy though, because normally they are very positive.
I know, that's really strange. You know what? My mom, I think, had one done once, and they brought up like me, and this was like years ago before like my second transplant, and before like 2 weeks left, and the papers and like signing all my death wishes and like da 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 da. And they said something like really like negative. They were like, something's gonna happen to her, and my mom was like, no, and she literally just like, I believe she like got up and left. And the girl was like, you be careful, blah, 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 blah. My mom was like, don't talk to me. And she was like, you can get away from me. And like all this stuff. And my mom was like, you're never going to go to one of those. And she was like, don't ever go to, she always told me, she's like, never go to a hand reader. Because I've always been interested in people that can read things and talk about things and just like, you know, read different like auras or cards or whatever. And I do believe in it. I do believe people possess that power, but I also don't think that, not that every one of them is good either, like, at all.
Yeah.
And so, I think that there's a very fine line with that. And when you work with somebody that does that, I also have, like, specific Reiki people that only work in light, where there is ones that will work also with, like, dark magic or, like, and I put that in quotations just because I don't know however anybody else says it. I do believe it's real. It's just people name it all different things. So, like, a dark magic type situation or, like, different entities that could be, like, dark versus, like, just, like, light. Versus, like, saints versus, like, demons, like, so say. And so, like, you really gotta know the background of, like, certain Reiki people that you work with or certain, readers. Like, just readers in general. You gotta be careful with who you work with. But yeah, I think that, you know, some of them are scary. Some of them will really, I don't think that they have any intent or harm. I think some of them are just very straightforward and they're like, this is what's happening. But, like, you got to take it with a grain of salt, too. Like, you really do. You can't let it control your life or, like, let it be the ultimate decider either. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Zach's been doing 10,000 steps a day, though, because of partly so that, so it has helped him.
Okay, period. It got him more active. Love that.
Yeah. But season 2 of the podcast, we were kind of talking about maybe having guests.
Yeah.
Zach's sister is actually a psychic. Like a certified psychic.
I'll pay her now.
She works like for one of those apps, those psychic apps. But also she has a YouTube channel And that's like literally her full-time job. She gets tons and tons of views, but she does like
Oh my God.
psychic meditation to help lead people through
Oh,
psychic meditation and their dreams and stuff.
I would love that.
And she just started on TikTok, but she's very, very, very into it. Like to the point
Yeah.
where it's almost like I don't know all the proper terminology of it, but like she gets so into it that it's almost like celestial too.
Yeah.
Like she will talk to like aliens of some sort, and she says she can like see that when she does like deep meditation, and she says a lot of us like are connected through different aliens, or maybe once were from like different places, and she's very, very connected into that. But
Wow.
she actually is really good. I won't get into like a specific, I'm not gonna get super specific, but there was this one thing she said to me and Zach, and literally the next day it happened. And
Oh,
like,
she's
she gave us, like, a
psychic,
warning.
psychic. Okay.
And literally, we're like, how did she know that? Like, we were like fully in shock, and she was like giving us like a little warning, and I'm like, Zach, I believe your sister, because like she came to me talking about aliens, and then, but so I was like, oh, I don't know if I fully believe in that. Well, like obviously I respected it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
listened and stuff, but then when she said that, I was like, oh my God. So maybe everything she says is right.
I would be shook.
But
I would love to talk
we
to
should
her.
have her on an episode. I
I'm
think
down.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, while Katie's in Korea, I'm gonna get a list together. I already have a little bit of a list, but for season 2 of the podcast, we're gonna put a list together for people who we want, and I'm hoping that we'll have like a list to where like also it gets to a point where like if I'm doing like interviews with people, I want to have like Katie on the phone with me, and then like a camera recording me and said person, either like in person or whatever. Or even I'll have like Katie talk to them with me and like tell Katie about them, over the phone where it's not recorded necessarily. And then we'll write down questions from Katie, and then I'll interview them and have like a sit down podcast kind of like episode 2, like with certain people. That'd be so cool and so fun. I think, and we're gonna figure out a lot of ways to bring on like guests for a pod. So, and we could do them through TikTok too, like TikTok live, to where like we have like TikTokers, then we can download the videos and re-upload them. We can do that too. I know a few people that want to be on this podcast, so slay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Angela gave me this program link for podcasting she uses.
Ooh.
But it's literally like, it's almost like Zoom or Teams.
Okay.
So like it will record everybody from their own computer, but then you can also like edit through it. I need to look more into it. But if we had like 4 people where it's like me, you, and then 2 other people,
Yeah.
I could see us using that program, because it would just be like 4 boxes automatically. I won't have to edit it that way. And then
Is it
we'd all just
Riverside?
like, I don't know. I can't remember. I screenshotted it.
It's like, because I've used Riverside, so if it's Riverside, it'll be really easy. It's a really easy platform to use.
Okay. Well, we can use that if you're familiar with it. We could totally just use that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it's 3 people, it may look weird having
That's
like
true.
the 1 box in the bottom. So if it's ever 4 of us,
Yeah.
I feel like we could use it that way.
Okay, slay. I'm down. I'm down, y'all. Who do you want to see on the pod? Who we gotta get? I also, there's this one guy that, I don't know how to explain him, besides he has a podcast. People that are in Jersey or Philly will know who I'm talking about, but his name is Joseph Merlino. And he has the Skinny with, it's called the host of the Skinny with Joe Merlino. He has a sandwich shop in South Philly now near the stadiums, and they have like a whole page and all that stuff. But they're like really funny. They're like an Italian family, but a lot of people that are into like old like mafia stories, or like into like good like weird crime, or just like old Italian tradition. He also has like this really funny podcast, and I like was like following him. I was like looking through his stuff. He did this one episode with somebody that I also love, and they're a mob wife, and the girl he was with or whatever, she has like an esthetician shop and like a med spa and like all this stuff. I was like doing this like little deep dive on him, followed him, and then he just like messaged me this morning and was like, "Did you see my podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I'm thinking it's like an automatic message, right? And then he told me, he was like, "Thanks so much, sweetie, for the support." And then he also sent like the Patreon, which you can like subscribe to, and like they get money through it, but you can also get like special videos, which I was like, this is interesting. So
Would you ever want to do that? Like Trisha Paytas does that too.
Yeah.
She'll do like extra vids and stuff.
maybe.
Like little kikis.
Yeah, we could try. We can see. If you guys would want to do Patreons with me and Katie, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. Like do weekly mukbangs like Trisha.
I know. We still need to do them. We need to do a mukbang podcast too. I want to do one of those.
It'd be kind of cool. Like if when I'm in Korea, we could do a mukbang too, because I could eat the Korean food and stuff.
Why don't we do that instead of makeup?
Yeah, because I'll be sitting down for dinner. Like when I sit down for dinner, that's gonna be like a full hour anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then I won't feel like, not that I would feel rushed in the morning, but like, if whatever happens in the morning, if I feel like, there'd be no worry about that.
Yeah, maybe we can. Well, maybe we'll see kind of how it plays out. How it's like when you're down there. If you're like, you know what, I do want to film this morning, like doing my makeup, or like maybe, whatever the case is. Like you can kind of just be like, or just text me and just be like, oh, can we film a mukbang tonight? I'll be like, yeah, sure. It'd be technically a morning for me, but I can make a breakfast. I can make a breakfast mukbang.
Yeah, or I could try to have I would have a late dinner, and then that way it'd be closer for lunch for you.
Yeah.
Try to late dinner.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah.
That could be cool. Because, like, if a restaurant has, like, Wi-Fi... No, that would be too loud. But if we had takeout one day, go to a hotel, that could be cool.
That would be really, really fun. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. Well, Katie, we are at an hour and a half. We did that, y'all. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this episode of a little update on what the heck's happening and everything that we talked about.
And hopefully we talked about every point we mentioned at the intro.
Yeah, I hope we
remember what we said. But I think we hit all of it.
I think we
like
did
all
good.
The hot topics.
The AI really had us distracted. We did not plan on talking about that, but that was a good topic.
It came up somehow. I don't remember.
You brought it up. That's your fault.
I know I brought it up, but like I know it was in reference to something.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Me and Kate are going to also keep filming our other episodes, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And if you guys are new, please like and follow, subscribe. And also, if you guys need any info on me and Katie, please make sure that you guys follow our other social medias, and you guys can see us every day on live or post or whatever. I'm going to knock my headphones out of my ears. And, yeah, we'll see you guys in another one, all right? Bye!